Hi, thanks for watching. This is Andy Norton, and I'm going to take you through a playthrough of X-23 versus a custom scenario. This is Mr. Negative. So if you've seen videos on my channel before, which I don't post that many videos, but I've definitely posted before about Mr. Negative. However, I created him almost 4 years ago, and he recently went through a huge rework where a lot of the art is the same, but mechanically there's actually quite a lot of differences, and I am really pleased with where he's at. So if at any point you're interested in checking this out, you can follow the links in the description to see the TTS workshop where you can get the objects and put it onto Hitch's table and play it on TTS. Or you can find the print files, so you can just print it out and stick it in front of magic cards or something like I do. And yes, I'm just gonna show this off. This is gonna be X-23 Justice. And one kind of funny thing you might notice, it's a no basics, just aspect only deck, and it's singletons. So it's a little bit weaker than she would often be, but I think she's playing strong with it. And so I think it'll be a good fight. This is Mr. Negative on the expert level, and just a quick run through of what he does. We have here, there's a 2-stage main scheme here. Destructive Rivalry normally has, you can do 1 or 2 modular encounter sets, and the recommended are Personal Nightmare and City and Chaos. However, I'm going to do Personal Nightmare and Iron Spider's Sinister 6, because that's just a really fun mod. And it says, when revealed, put the Demons Unleashed side scheme into play. Each player resolves its when revealed effect as if they were the first player. And that says, search the encounter deck and discard pile for an inner demon minion and put it into play engaged with the first player. And it has an acceleration token on there, or icon. There's 2 different types of inner demons to choose from. There's the 1/1/4 Demon Soldiers, or there is the 0/2/5 Demon Brute. And they both have a slightly different boost ability, but they're otherwise pretty much the same. And so this is the Demon Soldiers. We're going to choose that one just since it has fewer hit points. I generally choose those unless I'm planning to maybe stay down for the first turn and just want to have a 0 scheme minion. And then this says, then set aside each copy of Dark Force Energy. So there are 5 copies of Dark Force Energy. This says it's a permanent superpower. When attached to enemy attacks, give it a boost card. This attack gains overkill and piercing, then set this card aside. And also, after attached character leaves play, set this card aside. And it gives you +1 scheme as well. So it has +1 scheme for every Dark Force Energy that's on this enemy. And then when he attacks, they'll all get removed and set back aside, but they're going to give a boost card and overkill and piercing. So these really define what he's going to be doing. So those are going to get all set aside. And then it says attach negative charge to Mr. Negative, or for an easier game, set negative charge aside out of play. And so I'll show you what that is. That is this card here, negative charge. It's a permanent. After a stunned or confused status card is placed on Mr. Negative, choose discard that status card and deal 1 damage to Mr. Negative, or attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. So this is going to be one way that he could get Dark Force Energy, is if you're trying to stun or confuse him. So you really have to decide, do you even bring stun or confuse? And then when you do stun and confuse him, do you just remove those statuses for a little ping of damage so that they're not useless? Or do you stun or confuse him but deal with taking a Dark Force Energy? So it's an interesting choice, which you'll see why there's even more interesting dynamics with that. Mr. Negative also in stage 2 and stage 3, it says when revealed, attach a set aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. So he's going to start off with 1. And then this is the other way that he can get it attached to him, is after an ally is defeated by anything other than consequential damage, attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. So that wording might sound familiar to you if you've seen Gene Pool from the Age of Apocalypse box set. It's similar wording of an ally being defeated by anything other than consequential damage. So if you're like blocking or other things deal damage and kill an ally, it's going to attach more Dark Force energy to him. So you can't really chump block easily. And then once he has them, he also will have overkill. So you still can't chump block in that instance. Or at least you can't do it without it coming through with overkill damage. And Demon Soldiers, by the way, they normally say, when revealed, attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force energy to Mr. Negative, then trigger the main scheme's force responsibility. But since they're just put into play, it doesn't add a Dark Force energy. But whenever it's revealed, it will do that. And then lastly here, we have Destructive Rivalry. This and Reign of Terror have the same abilities on here. It says, after a minion enters play, move a copy of Dark Force energy from Mr. Negative to that minion. And we ignore that during setup. So like that's not going to move over to him. And then when Mr. Negative is defeated, deal each player an encounter card. So you might start to see a little bit of that. You'll have to see it in once you see it in motion, you'll see kind of how all that goes. But when in the future, when minions are coming into play, if he has Dark Force energy, those will get moved to the minion. And so that's kind of one dynamic. It's like, well, maybe I let him get some Dark Force energy and hope that before he attacks, a minion takes it, and then maybe I can kill that minion. And then these guys, normally, they're going to come into play. They're going to attach one to Mr. Negative, and then that attached one will go immediately and attach to them. Yeah, and so that is them. And so let's just get a game going. So I think we're all set up here. 1 threat on the main, 3 on the sides game, and he has 17 hit points in stage 2. So we've got Generation X. This is a great card. Usually it's pretty easy to knock down. So let's hold on to that, I think. We certainly don't need Crisis Averted. Love Overwatch. Lay Down the Law could actually be helpful here. And maybe Animal Instinct. I don't... maybe, just if we wanted to knock out both sides games. Sisterhood. I'm going to keep these 5 and just discard Crisis Averted and see what I get. One way or another. Very interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. What I'm thinking is, yeah, Overwatch could be helpful here. I'm going to start off by playing Generation X, which is a player sides game. It's going to come in with 3 threat. I'm then going to also play Overwatch on Generation X. Yeah, let's try that. Then I will flip to hero form, and I'm actually going to do Lay Down the Law with Animal Instinct, which is going to remove 3 threat from Generation X as I flip up to hero form. It's going to remove the 3 threat, and let's see, when any amount of threat is removed from attached scheme by a thwart, discard this card, remove an equal amount from a different scheme. So we're going to remove the 3 from Demons Unleashed as well. So we're knocking out both of those. This is going to get set aside, but it says when defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to their hand. So let's see what would be helpful here. An identity-specific event. Honestly, Sisterly Bond might be nice just to get going because I can always shuffle it back into my deck and draw a card with her alter ego ability. I think I will just do that. So I'm gonna take Sisterly Bond. And then what I'm leaning towards is actually doing one way or another and grabbing a sides game here. I think this makes sense. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is go ahead and now play one way or another to search for a sides game. So this would be one option. Workplace Bombing. It only has 2 threat, but it would give him another Dark Force energy immediately. So let's think about that one. The other one that was in my mind, can't remove the threat from that. This one could be fine. It's just 3 threat to remove. Fool's Paradise. I don't think I want to get that started, but maybe. I mean, I get 2+2 hand size. You could knock that out later, but the hazard means I'd be getting another encounter card. I don't think that's probably worth it. Certainly not Held Hostage. Certainly not Demonic Oppression. Potentially Weakness from Within, because this would just be 3 threat on it. But no, I think I'm going to do the Workplace Bombing just so that it's easy for me to knock down. So we'll do that. Workplace Bombing says the city's chaos emboldens negative and the inner demons. So when this card enters play and when the villain phase begins, attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. So we're going to immediately give him another Dark Force Energy, which essentially just means another boost card on the next time that he attacks us. So he's going to be attacking us with 3 boost cards. This is going to come in with 2 threat. And then also, I draw 3 cards after that's revealed. So I draw 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Okay. Skilled Investigator is great. I'm going to play Skilled Investigator. I'm going to thwart for 2 off of Workplace Bombing. So it defeats that side scheme. Skilled Investigator, draw a card. So we've defeated 3 side schemes on the first turn of the game. That's pretty awesome. Okay. So I could do like Under Surveillance and Lay the Trap, or Sisterhood and Lay the Trap. I kind of want Under Surveillance, I think. So I think I will do that. I think I'll do Under Surveillance and for these 2, and then I'll just play Lay the Trap for 3, which will have 3 threat on it. And I'm not going to use her claws because I won't be able to kill the demon soldier this turn, and I want to have all the health I can to survive this Dark Force Energy attack. So I'm done. I will draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And got Adamantium Lacing is great. And I don't know if I'll be able to play more than just a couple cards here. So let's pop this underneath the main scheme just so I can just remember it. And so on his turn, he's going to add 1 threat. And now he is attacking. So what happens here is it says, when attached to enemy attacks, give it a boost card. This attack gains Overkill and Piercing, then set this card aside. So these will both get set aside, giving him 2 boost cards. And now he has Overkill and Piercing. And then he's going to attack me. I will defend. He gets dealt another boost card, and now we'll do the boost cards. So I'm defending for 2. He's attacking for 2, plus 2, plus 1, plus 3. Wow. So that's 8 total, minus 2 is 6. So I take 6 damage down to 4. And then that readies me. He's going to attack me for 1. And this could easily kill me. Let's see what happens. So I have 1 encounter card here. Anti-Venom, very cool. Okay, so this is a minion that can become an ally. So check it out. It's got 2 scheme, 3 attack, 6 hit points. When defeated, if Anti-Venom is a minion, heal all damage from him, take control of him, and treat him as a controlled ally. He gains Victory 0 and Hazard icon. His thwart is equal to his printed scheme, and he takes 2 consequential damage after he thwarts or attacks. So he's going to come into play. Boom. Okay. So I'm at 3 health. With Claw Mastery and X-23's Claws, I could probably pretty easily defeat Anti-Venom. Maybe that's what I want to do and play the Adamantium Lacing. I think I want to do something like that, I think. Well, let's see. I think what I'll start off by doing is... yeah, this is tough. The exact, amount of damage I can do is just a little bit awkward here. But no, I think this will be fine. I think what I'll do is spend 1 to play Claw Mastery. So now I can attack for 3. So why don't I go ahead and not attack and actually just thwart for 2? That makes sense. Or do I attack for 3? I will attack for 3 actually. I'll attack for 3 on... No, I have to attack for 3 on Anti-Venom. That's what I gotta do. Because then I'll take 2 damage, ouch, down to 1 health to ready, and I will then attack for 5. Like I said, that was so awkward. So he'll come into play as an ally for me. So I'm gonna kind of shake off the control of Mr. Negative, the Dark Force control, and get him like that. Okay, and then what I'm thinking is, why don't I... This is kind of bad. What I'm thinking is, why don't I then thwart for 2 with Anti-Venom off the main scheme? And then I gotta flip down to alter ego. I'm going to shuffle in Sisterly Bond using her alter ego ability and go ahead and draw a card after that. So I've got under surveillance on the main scheme, so I'm really not worried about the main scheme too much. However, he's got a hazard icon that I have to kind of worry about. And the 1 health is not good for me. So let's see. I draw a card, Claw Mastery. So another question is, do I play Bishop or Adamantium Lacing? Because this might actually be better to just do Adamantium Lacing, but I'm kind of wasting a bunch of resources. Whew. I think that I will play Bishop. I'll play Bishop. So Bishop's going to come out, and he's going to thwart for 2 off of Lay the Trap down to 1. Okay, this is an awkward one. I think I could easily lose here. I have 1 health only. Let's see what happens. So I got Grim Resolve, which is cool. Chance Encounter is great because I could actually potentially get Honey Badger. He's going to add 1 threat and then scheme for 2 plus 1. That's good. So it's 3 and then 1 from Demon Soldier. So a total of 5 on there. And then an encounter card. Let's see what it is. Negative Pressure. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite cards. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Reveal that minion, and then I choose that minion activates against you or attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. So we're going to discard until we get a minion, any minion. There's no stipulation on the trait. Okay, Evil Doppelganger. Very interesting. Which, if you remember, that has plus X scheme and plus X attack, where X is the number of identity-specific cards. So do I let him scheme for 3, or do I let him get a Dark Force Energy? That's a tough choice. It's a really tough choice. I'm going to let him scheme for 3, because I'm going to hope that maybe an Animal Instinct at some point could let me thwart for a huge amount. By the way, I should have 1 more encounter card actually because of Anti-Venom. Shoot. So here's another card. Assault is going to surge into Surging Crime, which is going to surge into Fool's Paradise. Plus 2 hand size. Acceleration Crisis Hazard. Woof. Okay, this is intense. This is intense. I've got a lot to deal with here. So here we go. So first and foremost, I got to get some health. So I'm just going to go ahead and heal for 6 up to 7. And then there's nothing I need to do in alter ego. So I will just go ahead and flip to hero form. And I definitely have to kill this guy and remove that for sure. So let me see. I'm thinking that, let me do Chance Encounter on Lay the Trap. And then I'm just going to knock that out with Bishop. So Bishop's going to defeat this, I think. Let me think. I won't get Turn the Tide if I do that. I guess I could maybe get Turn the Tide at some point. That's fine. I'll just thwart Lay the Trap like that. It's going to deal 5 damage to him. And this will get set aside. Let's see, the timing of this will go and then Skilled Investigator. So Chance Encounter is going to grab me my Honey Badger. Boom. And then Skilled Investigator will draw me a card. Okay, Fool's Paradise. That is a little scary. So draw a card from Skilled Investigator. Regenerative Longevity is excellent. Okay. Let's see. I think at this point, I need to basically, the main things I need to do is kill him, remove this, because this is just killer. There's plenty of criminals in this deck. Smooth criminals. So I'm going to spend 1, 2 for Honey Badger. Honey Badger is going to, let me think. No, I will then take 2 damage to ready. And I'll attack Evil Doppelganger. Demon Soldier for 3. Then Honey Badger will attack and defeat the Demon Soldier, readying me. And off of her, taking it damage. Then I think the 2 of us will both attack and kill the Evil Doppelganger. And then I'm going to go ahead and play Regenerative Longevity to heal 3 from me and 1 from Honey Badger. And then for 1, I'll play Grim Resolve. Oh, sorry, no. Oh, shoot. I can't play Grim Resolve because I got to get rid of that Surge in Crime. Yeah, that's fine. I got to get rid of that. I just know that I'm going to get a criminal and would otherwise regret it. So, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to add, 6, 7 because of Fool's Paradise. Okay. He's going to add 2 threat because of the acceleration from Fool's Paradise. Now, the question is here. Let me see what I've got in my hand. Whole lot of stuff. The question here is, he does not have Overkill currently. So I could defend this attack, or I could just block with Anti-Venom. That way I don't get his hazard symbol. Which I kind of think I should do that. But defending would be nice because I'll probably just be able to ready. I'll just defend. I'll deal with the extra encounter card. So he's going to attack for 3. That's perfect. I take 1 damage and ready. And now I have to deal with card from Fool's Paradise, card from Anti-Venom. All right. So I got Master Plan. Wow. That's, I don't know. I'm going to have to probably just live in this Fool's Paradise for the rest of the game. Electro. When she gets when she engages you or activates against you, she takes an energy card from your hand. That stinks. Probably just Claw Mastery, to be honest. And that means she gets +1 hit point. And then Hobgoblin, which he doesn't do anything immediately. But yeah, that would have been 2 surges if I had not gotten rid of that Surge in Crime. Surge in Crime is the worst. So, okay, yeah, back to my turn. That was not too bad. So, she's got 4 hit points. 5 over here. Let's see. I think that I want to go... I wish I had a way to take a damage. I don't think I do. So, what I'm probably going to have to do is just something dumb, like attack Electro for 1 and then and then take 2 damage to ready and attack and kill Electro with 3 attack. And then Anti-Venom should go ahead and attack Hobgoblin for 3, and he actually has victory, so he goes away. He leaves the game. And then I was thinking that, I should have 1 token on Bishop. I'm going to then, I think just, what should she do here? Attack, I guess? I think she'll attack Mr. Negative for 1, which will ready me. And then what I'm thinking is I could play Husk. Pain Tolerance should be great though too. Actually, all those cards would be really good. Oh, when I attacked Mr. Negative, I could have done Sisterly Bond to attack for 4 instead. Maybe that's a better thing. So let me back that up and not attack Mr. Negative. What I'll actually do is I'll instead I'm going to play Pain Tolerance. And I'm going to attack Hobgoblin and use Sisterly Bond to add 3 attack and defeat him. And then I am going to play, that should have a damage on her, Regenerative Longevity to remove, that should have recovered me. 1, and this is actually, should be up to 10. I should be up to 10 now because of Sisterly Bond and Pain Tolerance and Regenerative Longevity. I'm now at 10 health, so I don't have to flip down, but I kind of want to just because, well, it'll bring out a minion when that pops, and he'll also get a Dark Force energy. Actually, no, I want to be in hero form, so I'm gonna attack him for 3 down to 9, and that'll be it for me. So I don't know if you followed all that. I was a little bit bad at showing how that all went, but I have 7 cards now. I'm almost decked out. 7 cards, and it's going to go to him. So unfortunately, he's going to add 2 threat, which is going to put it to 12, which with the under surveillance, that's the mark. So he's going to complete the main scheme. This says, Reign of Terror. As Lee and the inner demons spread fire across the city, total anarchy is near. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck, or if necessary, the discard pile for a minion and puts it into play engaged with them, ignoring the force response. So like the move Dark Force Energy on the flip side of this card. Then attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. So if there is a minion in the encounter deck, we have to take one of these. Don't like Bombshell. I have only 1 card, so Evil Doppelganger wouldn't be the worst. It'd be like 2 attack, 5 hit points. Demon Brute, so also just 2 attack, 5 hit points. Spot's only 4 hit points, 1 attack. I might just use Spot. Cloak and Dagger is another, she's quite a bit like Anti-Venom. I think I'm gonna do Spot, just like that. So Spot's gonna come into play, and then, which is cool. Spot has worked with Mr. Negative in a lot of comics. So he comes into play. This starts off with 2 threat, and a Dark Force Energy gets attached to Mr. Negative, and now he is attacking. I'm going to defend. He's going to have, again, an extra boost card because of the Dark Force Energy. He has Overkill and Piercing. I'll defend this attack. He's got 2 boost cards. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. This says deal 1 indirect damage to each player. Exhaust each character damage this way. Gross. So what I'm going to do there is actually I'm going to take a damage on Honey Badger, which will exhaust her, but that does ready X-23. So now he's attacking for a total of 4. I was defending for 2, so I take 2 damage, but I'm not going to trigger her ability. So then when he attacks me, I can defend again, I guess. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to take a damage. I'll take a damage, and then I guess the idea would be if this is an attack, which there should be 2 encounter cards because of Fool's Paradise. So if either of these is an attack, I'll actually have another free ready. So, oops. Demon Brute. When revealed, attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. And then Reign of Terror says move that to Demon Brute. So he just gives his power to the Demon Brute. And then Assault. Hey, perfect. I will defend, and hopefully he gets more than a 0. Oops, Iron Spider. That's going to be 3 damage to me, but then I ready up. And Bishop should now have 3 counters because of the 2 attacks. Okay, this doesn't look too bad, honestly. The only crazy thing is that Fool's Paradise, I just don't know if we're going to finish that, like knock it down. I probably could with things like Animal Instinct, but I just don't know that we can or should. I think we might just want to instead maybe just kind of start going for kill, if that makes sense. So, but if I do that, I really can't afford to flip down. So, let's start by doing this. Let's play Mission Training on Honey Badger. Definitely need that. And then, I mean, I guess I could confuse him and flip down. So why don't I try that, actually? I'm going to spend 4 for Dazzler. And I'm going to confuse Mr. Negative. But again, with this negative charge, it says after a stunned or confused status card is placed on him, I can either deal a damage to him and remove it, or he just gets a Dark Force Energy. So I'm going to confuse him, but he gets a Dark Force Energy. So my hope is that he draws that a minion comes into play and takes it off of him. So we'll see. But what I'm going to do now is attack. Woof. Let me think. Let me attack Demon Brute with Bishop. So he's going to remove all 3 of these and get 6 attack to defeat this Brute. So Bishop just has been charging up Dark Force Energy that's been blasted into him. And then he's blasted it back at this Demon Brute. I will attack Spot for 1, I think. Or do I just ignore Spot? I think I'm going to ignore Spot. I'm gonna instead attack Mr. Negative for 1, attack him for 2, and then flip to then take 2 damage to ready, flip to alter ego, and heal back up to 8. There we go. Done. And decking out. So I have an extra encounter card. So I'll have 3 encounter cards here, which will be a little bit dicey, but we'll see how it goes. So Reign of Terror goes up by 2 every turn, which is scary. And there's +1 because of Fool's Paradise. So it's going to go up by 3 to 5. He would scheme, but he's confused. And then Spot will scheme for 1, and then I'll get 2 cards. So let me draw my hand here, and then I will have 3 encounter cards to deal with. And he only has 6 left, and he has 20 on the other side. So I think I'm in a little bit of a rush with him. So because of Fool's Paradise, I have up to 8. I have 8 cards in my hand. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No claws out. So I don't have, yeah, we'll see. One way or another could maybe get a side scheme. Let's see. Let's see what encounter cards come out. Caught Off Guard. That's not bad. I'll go ahead and lose Skilled Investigator. Evil Doppelganger. This is perfect. She's gonna come into play, and this Dark Force energy will move to her because of the Reign of Terror force response. And then, oops, a Demon Brute, who also will attach a Dark Force energy, which will then move to the Demon Brute. Jeez. So a lot of damage still to do here. This is truly a Fool's Paradise. All right, let's see. So back to me. Woo! I am unsure what we'll do here, but I think just to start off, I don't need to be in alter ego, so I will flip up. And I definitely want to do one way or another. Hopefully there's a good side scheme in there, but we'll see. One way or another. Okay, this is actually a good one. Deceived by Martin Lee. That's not a good one. Mayor Osborne, not a good one. Well, actually, yeah, that would be bad. That'd be basically another encounter card. Actually, it's like a delayed encounter card. I think Deceived by Martin Lee is better, because I might also be able to defeat it. So Deceived by Martin Lee, it's victory 0, actually. And it says, when revealed, exhaust each alter ego. Alter ego action, spend mental resources, remove threat from the scheme equal to your alter ego's recovery. And then it has a hazard icon. But one way or another will draw me 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I got Claw Mastery. Fortunately, I got 2 Claw Masteries. So I think I got to just chew through some people here. So let me start by doing... I think I actually want to thwart for 2 off of Deceived by Martin Lee. Then I'm going to use Wolverine's Claws, taking 2 damage to give her +2 attack and already. And then I will spend Predictable Ploy to play Claw Mastery. So now I have 5 attack. I'm going to attack this Demon Brute and defeat... Well, actually... I'm going to I'm going to attack Mr. Negative for 5. So he's down to 1. Then Dazzler will attack Mr. Negative for 2 more. So it's going to defeat him. He comes in at 20 and says, so Reign of Terror says when Mr. Negative is defeated, deal each player an encounter card. And then he says when revealed, give him a Dark Force energy. And he has 3/3. But otherwise his abilities are the same. Okay, so my thinking is I can do 20 damage this turn, I think. I haven't counted it out yet, but I believe I can. So what? Because watch this. I will now, I've used my ready, which is not good. So maybe I can't do this. Let's see. Honey Badger is going to attack, and she's going to use Sisterly Bond. So that's going to be 6 damage. So he's down to 14. I can do at least 10 more damage, but I don't know if I can do more than that, actually. Shoot, let me think. I'm going to do this. I'm going to play Justice Served. And I'm going to play Clear the Area to remove this threat, which will draw me a card. This gets removed. draws me a card, and I'll discard Justice Served to ready. Shoot, I've got Puncture Wound, which I don't think is quite enough. Oh, Lord. I don't think I can do this. Because I have... Wait, crap. Did I do that correctly? When she attacked for 6, that should have readied me, and I could have attacked for 5, which I'll just do on the Evil Doppelganger. So then that readied me, and I'll do the 5 more on this Demon Brute. Yeah, so here we go. That's fine. Sorry about the sequencing weirdness there. But I think I just have to do that because I can't defeat him this turn. So then I'll do Puncture Wound on him, and I'll play Regenerative Longevity. Honestly, just all on me because she's got enough health to do her thing. So it's going to just heal me 11 actually because of... Or it's a 10. This is my max. Well, I'll just heal 1 from her anyways then. And that is me. Okay, let's see what happens. I didn't miss a deck out there. No, I did not. Okay. I truly don't know if I can survive this turn. But I do have full hit points. So let's see. This is it. This is really what it comes down to. I should have 7 cards. Yeah, because of Fool's Paradise. So he's going to add 3 threat to the main scheme because it's 2 plus the 1. So if this just gets 3 more threat, I lose. That's probably the main way I could lose. So we'll see. He's going to now attack me. So Dark Force Energy gets removed. Gives him another boost card. He's decking with Overkill, Piercing, and 2 boost cards. I will defend. So he's attacking with these. It's going to be a total of just 5 attack, minus 1, so 4 attack. I'm blocking for 2. I take 2 damage, and I ready. Spot attacks me for 1. Okay, so really it's just these 3 encounter cards. Really anything that can advance or something like that could be bad, but I just saw 1, so that's good. Corrupting Touch. Deal 3 damage to your hero or to an ally you control. Heal 3 damage from Mr. Negative and give him a tough status card. Don't like that. I'm going to take the 3 damage on my body down to 4. Then he heals 3 up to 17 and gets a tough. Oh no. I don't know if I can finish in this turn. We will see. Maybe. Shadow of the Past. That's actually not too bad because I don't think there's anything that immediately... Well, the Retaliate might kill me. Shoot. In the Name of Vengeance has each enemy gains Retaliate. That might be a problem. And sorry, here she is. Lady Deathstrike comes into play, and then these 3 get shuffled into the deck. And then last card, Mayor Osborne in Danger. It says Surge. Force response. After a minion enters play, add 3 threat to the scheme. Then if there's at least 15 threat here, deal each player an encounter card. Attach a set-aside copy of Dark Force Energy to Mr. Negative. And add this card to the victory display. So that would basically symbolize Mayor Osborne getting found and probably killed. So let's see. So that's going to Surge. So again, 1 more card. Hopefully just 1 more card. Let's see. Sandman. So Sandman comes into play, and that's fine. He adds 3 threat to Mayor Osborne in Danger because he's trying to find Mr. Osborne. So it's at 13 out of 15. Woof. This is incredibly close. With the Puncture Wound, we'll actually deal 3 damage now to Mr. Negative. Knock off his tough. Can I do 17 damage? Maybe I can. But again, it's the Retaliate is a problem. But no, the Pain Tolerance might help me here. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to take 2 damage to do X-23's Claws, so I get plus 3 attack. Then I'm going to play Claw Mastery to get plus 2 attack. So I have 5 attack. I think I've got this. 5 attack, and that heals me 1 for playing Pain Tolerance. I will then attack for 5 on Mr. Negative, so he's down to 12. And that will retaliate me 1 down to 2, but that will ready me. So I can attack again for 5. So he's down to 7. Oh, I got this. Dazzler will attack for 2. So he's down to 5. Honey Badger will attack for well, she can even just thwart, but yeah, she'll just thwart for 2, I guess, off of Mayor Osborne in Danger. She's going to try and go help him, which readies me, And then I will go ahead and, well, just for the heck of it, I'll play Adamantium Lacing, which heals me 1 and gives me 2 hit points. I will play Puncture Wound, heals me 1 to 6. I'll play Regenerative Longevity to heal 2 and 3 from me. And then I'll attack for 5 and defeat Mr. Negative. Wow, that was crazy. That was really fun. So as you can see, he is intense. He brings the heat. He really hits hard with those Dark Force energies. You really have to have a plan for how am I going to weather these attacks without recourse, really, to chump blocking, except in extreme circumstances. And really, toughness doesn't do it for you. Stun and confused are going to have their consequences. And so it's a lot, but it's really fun. So hope you enjoyed that gameplay. And again, check out in the description how you can get a hold of this and play it or try it out. And let me know your thoughts down below. Have a great day.